Good morning, fellow billionaires. This is Silver 5150 with your morning update for Wednesday, June the 17th, 2020. Here we have the Valcambi 1 gram silver bar, and it's going to make a great backdrop for the items we're going to talk about today. We're going to go straight into it, guys. Markets today are up marginally in the pre-market hours, probably 0.25% across the board. Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ, and the Russell 2K are all tracking just slightly into the green, starting for the open in the market today. I don't think the strength is going to maintain. I think the word hope is showing up too much in these market stories, telling us what kind of plans the market has, and hope is not a strategy. Okay, so I think we're going to see stocks close in the red today. We'll see if my prediction holds true. We're going to go right into it. We're talking about inflation today. While you were sleeping, it's all about the debt clock, people. The debt clock, the debt clock, the debt clock. I know we don't look at it very much, but when it makes some large moves, we like to go ahead and acknowledge that. So, while you were sleeping, the debt clock showed some really huge moves in commodities last night. To give you an example, the dollar to oil ratio jumped from $88 a barrel to over $100 a barrel. That's in one night. Okay, silver jumped from $3,200 plus an ounce to over $3,600 plus an ounce. Okay, and that's about a 12% increase in one night. And gold will blast through $30,000 today, no problem. $30,000 per ounce on the debt clock for an ounce of gold to the gold to dollar ratio, up from 26,618 yesterday. These are huge moves, people, and I want to know, what does it mean? I'm going to leave that to you guys. Please leave your thoughts down in the comments below if you have time to comment about it. We have an idea what it means, and I think we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about hidden inflation, because let's be honest, it's there. They're just finding a way to mask it, but believe me, it's there. So we will continue to monitor the debt clock. We'll continue to monitor the markets. I think we're going to have a big break in precious metals here when the second quarter numbers come out in July. And I think they're trying to do things to front run that event. So what that means is more money into the banks without anybody knowing about it, more money into the stock market without anybody knowing about it, and talk of stimulus to the people, but not doing it. I think when they did the first stimulus, they put out enough money to pop the inflation bubble, and it is going to really start flooding in if they're not careful how they do this next. Now, I've been calling for mass stimulus because I think the end is near. If you're going to go out with a bang. And if you're going to go out with a bang, bless the taxpayers that have made it all possible, and stick it to the banks that have taken advantage of it. That's just my thoughts on that. All right. So, yeah, we will keep watching the debt clock today. The pace has actually picked up quite a bit. You could see gold actually moving through the numbers throughout the day, and that tells you a lot about just how much inflation they're packing in. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention the M2 money supply. If you look at the M2 money supply indicator on the debt clock, you can also see excuse me, that we moved up from yesterday from $16 trillion worth of M2 currency, all right, to over $18 trillion in one night. Something to make note of. So the quickening is up on us, okay? We just need to stay aware of it. But the thing you can do, if you don't even want to engage and involve yourself with the dynamics of this or be concerned about it, just keep stacking. Just keep stacking and know that every single gram of silver that you can put away is locking in untold amounts of value and purchasing power. Even a gram, which I think you can get on HapMex right now or some other website for anywhere from $2 to $3, if your budget will allow that. And I think most people's budget will allow that. And just as a quick aside, with a $3,600 plus per ounce silver price on the debt clock, that would make this 1 gram square here $32. I paid 68 cents for it back when these were at their cheapest. And yeah, $32. So it's like a 500% increase or 5,000% increase. Just keep that in mind. So anyway, this is how inflation is working. Zimbabwe, they showed us where it could end up. And I don't know if we're going to end up here, but we certainly am going to be glad if we got some of these, because inflation is coming and it's showing up in the debt clock first, and it's going to manifest itself in the real world soon. All right, we're going to pick this up tonight and talk more about it. See what we can do to position ourselves better, and maybe go out there and put some strategies together. Okay, guys, so go ahead and like, share, subscribe this morning. Keep up your cellular immunity. Go out and have a great day. Make the most of it, and we'll see you tonight at the show. We're going to talk a little bit about inflation and a debt clock. All right. Take care.